Good day everyone, we are the group 2 discussing about the augmented reality. So, before proceeding, let us know first what augment word means. So, according to Merriam-Webster, augment means to add or to enhance, meaning enhancing reality, we can better understand the world around us. How? How can we better understand? That's what augmented reality role is. So, it uses computer hardware, apps, consoles, screens, projections, and etc. to combine digital infos with the real world environment.
Let's look at augmented reality in just 60 seconds. Augmented reality means overlaying digital images onto the real world to enhance them with digital details. Let's think about Pokemon Go, where we look through our smartphone at the world around us and we get superimposed these digital characters. Or the way we use Snapchat filters to augment our looks, to, for example, use bunny ears for our social media photos. Just Google popular dinosaurs like Tyrannosaurus and you can now use your phone to superimpose it using AR into your room to have a look around to see it in real scale. Today you can use augmented reality to try on different types of makeup. You can place IKEA furniture into your house, or you can even try different shades of Dulux paint on your walls, all via your smart device powered by AR.
Good day everyone, I'm Dianelyn Rose Corpus and this is my part in our group report. Recognition-based AR. Marker-based. Requires a marker to activate an augmentation. Markers are distinct patterns that cameras can easily recognize and process and are visually independent of the environment around them. They can be paper-based or physical objects that exist in the real world. So, kailangan ng marker para ma-activate yung augmentation. So, yung marker ay pattern para mas madaling ma-recognize at ma-process ng mga camera. At ito din ay independent sa nakapaligid dito. Pwede itong maging papel o kaya naman mga bagay na nasa totoong mundo. Markerless. It allows the user to choose where they would like to place the content. It also allows real-life scale placement of the virtual augmented objects. Kung sa marker-based ay kailangan ng marker or marka para ma-activate yung augmentation, dito naman sa markerless ay pinapayagan niya yung user na pumili kung saan gusto niyang ilagay yung content niya at ito ay pwedeng real-life scale sa paglalagay ng mas pinalaking bagay.
Location-based AR. Due to the availability of smartphone features that provide location detection, location-based ART's augmentation to a specific place and works by reading data from a device camera, GPS, digital compass, and accelerometer while predicting where the user is focusing. In short, ang location-based AR ay gumagamit ng smartphone features para ma-execute na maayos ang augmented reality sa tamang lugar. Katulad na lang ng nandito sa video. Superimposition-based AR involves either partial or full replacement of an original view of an object with an augmented view of the same object. In this type of AR, object recognition plays a vital role because an app cannot replace an original object with an augmented one if it cannot identify the original object. Projection-based AR. It focuses on rendering virtual objects within or on a user's physical space. It is one of the simplest form of AR where light is projected into surface.
I am Nika May Lariosa, and ang topic na itatakal ko is about history of augmented reality. Augmented reality started during 60s, 70s, around 60s, 70s. It started in 1968. Ivan Sutherland, a Harvard professor and computer scientist, created the first head-mounted display called the Sword of Damocles. The user experienced computer-generated graphics that enhanced their sensory perception of the real world. So, alam naman natin yung computer-generated graphics. Kung familiar naman ang lahat o karamihan sa atin sa virtual reality. So, ito yung dito inspired yung virtual reality. Up until this point, VR or AR were essentially the same concept in our guide to the history of virtual reality. In 1974, Myron Kruger, a computer researcher and artist, built a laboratory at the University of Connecticut called Video Place that was entirely dedicated to artificial reality. So, si Myron Kruger, isa siyang computer researcher. Siya yung bumuo ng laboratory para sa AR or augmented reality. Within the walls, projection and camera technology was used to emit on-screen silhouettes which surrounded users for an interactive experiences. So, augmented reality in 80s and 90s. So, started in 1990, si Tom Caudle, a Boeing researcher, coined the term augmented reality. Siya yung nag-propose ng term na augmented reality, si Tom Caudle. In 1992, si Louis Rosenberg, a researcher in the USAF Armstrong research lab. Siya naman yung gumawa ng virtual fixtures, which was one of the first fully functional augmented reality systems. So, gamit tong virtual fixtures, ito naman is na aalaw niya yung mga military personnel na i-control virtually yung mga machineries, tulad na lang ng yung mga piloto ng yung mga military pilot, yung magpapalipad sila ng mga jet, mga planes. Ayun, nagagamit nila to pang train sa mga military pilot, sa mga Air Force pilot. Yan. In 1994 naman, Julie Martin, a writer and producer, brought augmented reality into entertainment industry. So, for the first time, with a theater production titled Dancing in Cyberspace. Now, the show featured the acrobats dancing alongside projected virtual objects on the physical stage. So, kung napapanood nyo, si Mel Tiangco, and then nandun siya sa studio, and then yung isang reporter is nasa field, which is sa labas ng studio. Then, para lang silang magkatabi kasi dahil dun sa AR na ginagamit nila, para na lang silang magkatabi, magkaharap na magkausap. Parang ganun din tong 1998 naman. Sabi dito, Sports Vision broadcast the first live NFL game with a virtual first and 10 graphic system, aka yellow yard markers. So, kung nakapanood na kayo ng ganito, meron pag magta-touchdown yung player, may lumalabas na line mostly yellow yon. Then tuturo niyang ganun kung saan nag-touchdown yung player. Ngayon naman, in 1999, NASA created a hybrid synthetic vision system under X-38 spacecraft. So ngayon, sa military, di ba nagamit nila to pang-train ng mga pilot. Ngayon naman dito, ginamit to para mag-provide sa pilot ng better navigation. Ito test flights then the augmented reality component display map right on the pilot screen. So most of us naman nakapaglaro na ng COD M or ng PUBG, no? Makikita natin dun sa screen ng cellphone natin, andun na yung navigation, yung map, andun na yung map, andun na yung north, yung navigation, yung north, east, south, ganun. Makikita na ganun din tong ginawa nila sa NASA, no? Sa screen mismo ng piloto, makikita dun yung speedometer, ganun, yung navigation, yun. Tapos kung gano'n nakataas yung lipad, no? Ang augmented reality in the 2000s na hanggang sa kasalukuyan. In 2000, Hirokazu Kato developed an open source software library called the AR Toolkit. So noong 2000 na-create develop ni Hirokazu Kato ang AR Toolkit. So ang package na to is helps the other developer. Ito yung nakakatulong sa other developer na mag-build ng augmented reality software programs much better sa mga previous AR. The library uses video tracking and overlay virtual graphics on top of the real world. So noong 2000 yon. Ngayon 2003, na-enhance nila much better na dun sa yellow line. Sabi dito, providing viewers with an aerial shot of the field with graphics overlaid on top of it. Yung sinabi ko, yung camera is parang ginagamit ko yun is drone, tasin na ganun yung camera, and then sa aerial din papalabasin yung mga image, yung name, kung anong team, ganun. Dito naman dadak naman tayo sa 2009 yung Skier magazine is printed used augmented reality in print media for the first time in an attempt to make page come alive. And the same year, which is 2009, in the same year, AR Toolkit brought augmented reality to web browser. Then in 2013, nagamit naman na yan yung AR sa vehicle, no? Volkswagen. In 2013, Volkswagen debut the Marta app, or called Mobile Augmented Reality Technical Assistance, which primarily gave technicians step-by-step repair instruction within a service manual. And 2014, Google unveiled its Google Glass. So users wore the AR tech and communicated with the internet via natural language processing commands. With this device, users could access a variety of applications like Google Maps, Google Plus, Gmail, and more. In 2016 naman, Microsoft starts shipping its version of wearable AR technology called the HoloLens, which is more advanced than the Google Glass, but came with a hefty price tag. So mahal tong HoloLens now. It's definitely not an everyday type of accessory. The headset runs on Windows 10 and is essentially a wearable computer. So it also allows users to scan their surroundings and create their own AR experiences. So noong 2017, ito na yung sa AR application to retail. So ang example nito is, sabi ko nga kanina, si IKEA, and ito, IKEA released its augmented reality app called IKEA Place that changed the retail industry forever. Dito naman, may isusot siya o VR, isusot, and kaya sa cellphone lang nila. Meron kasing ganun sa VR yung gamit o kaya yung cellphone or other gadgets nila. And then doon gagamitin niya a place na kung saan ikaw na yung magde-design ng sarili mo interior bahay mo bago ka kung anong gusto mong itsura no interior ng bahay mo bago ka bumili ng product nila, no. Ikaw na mismo yung mag-aayos ng mga product, and then bago mo bilihin para nakikita mo yung kung ano itsura niya ito pag sa bahay mo na ilalagay. So yun lang po ang topic ko, yung history ng augmented reality. Thank you.